Hello, friends. It's Chapo.
They still do it, only they're not working on a farm anymore. They're just sitting around mostly watching TV, I guess. I don't know.
Still stuck with the same chattel status that their ancestors had so many 100 years ago.
It's true. They were free for a little bit. They got that yeoman free American freedom for a few generations, but boom, fell back into the proletariat. Everyone's trying to scramble out of it one way or the other. All well shit-faced.
Well, okay. So we're talking about drinking beer. We're talking about drinking water. This provides a perfect segue out of politics and into the frontiers of science and what I regard as probably the most important science news of this year or this decade. Ready for this, gentlemen? They have finally closed the books on this one. Scientists have confirmed squirt is pee.
Wow.
I'm sorry for anyone out there who thought otherwise, but I'm just reading the headline here from the New Scientist. Female emission at orgasm confirmed to be release of fluid from the bladder.
Wow, this is a bombshell.
The squirting that some women are known to experience at orgasm has been confirmed to be a liquid that is expelled from the bladder, helping to clear up a long-running mystery. This is done by a 2014 study led by French gynecologist Samuel Salama, now at the Poissy Saint-Germain and Lai Hospital in Paris, suggested that squirting
of course
involves
he's a Frenchman.
the expulsion of urine from the bladder, since ultrasounds on 7 women who could squirt showed their bladders were full just before squirting and empty directly after. So, honestly, this is like, this is more important. I mean,
that's great news for R. Kelly.
Is it?
I mean, not anymore.
I think he's in prison for that life now. He's been convicted several times. I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with this information.
Maybe they could Shawshank a woman a squirter in.
You know what? I take back all of my previously expressed skepticism of the scientist, religious faith of the current moment. Maybe they can figure everything out. Maybe everything is solvable if they can figure this one out. Wow.
I don't know. Okay. So like before, when people just thought it was like, I don't know, like some type of like syrupy release that came from wherever. I don't know where they thought it came from in the woman's body, but like
that was always really the compelling question for me is, well, what is it then?
Yeah. What is it? Yeah.
You can't just leave that in the air. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like dark matter here. What?
Well, it's not like, okay, well, like someone would squirt and your bed sheets are just soaked in it. You're like, oh, well, it's not pee, so I'm just going to like marinate in it. I'm not going to like clean these sheets. It's like, fine.
Just put a towel down. It's fine.
Yeah. But it was always like gross.
It's not. Come on. I don't. Speak for yourself, Felix. I don't think it's gross
somebody
at all.
doesn't want to get wet.
I don't think it's gross at all.
Someone's on that dry shit.
I think it's quite impressive.
It can be gross, but like it's cool. The ones that can do that for sure.
Well,
like,
I mean,
if you could make like it wouldn't really be an Arnold Palmer, but like if you could piss like while coming,
Arnold.
Cool.
I don't want to know what the T component would be made of. No. No.
It's cool, but it's just like it's not like it wasn't like it's just water. No one thought it was bad. No one thought it was like fine. Besides you.
Well, yeah. Whatever. This French gynecologist, can we give him the Nobel Prize? I think like what they're doing, this is way more important and impressive to me than anything that they're doing at the Large Hadron Collider.
Put the squirt in the Large Hadron Collider. That's how we figure this shit out.
Yeah. And you know what?
So fucking disappointing. The Hadron Collider. They haven't done anything with it.
I don't know, unless you buy the theory that they shifted us into a parallel reality or in 2016.
That's the parallel reality. Like a slightly like weirder Republican becomes president.
It's true. Yes.
Oh no. Yeah, we're in a fucking totally crazy universe. The UK left the EU. Wow,
Yeah.
fucking exciting.
No, it's
Holy
like that show
shit.
Sliders. Like those were never interesting.
That's true.
What are you talking about? Slider? In Slider, is like sometimes like the sky was purple.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Okay.
remember that movie The One?
Oh yeah, with Jet Li.
Where
Jet
Jet
Li
Li
movie?
like hunts down his parallel dimension people. The only thing they ever do is like they have somebody say President Gore. Whoa, you're blowing my mind here.
Well, I mean, this is actually hopeful news to many people out there. I mean, to many women out there, because I mean, like, look, if squirt is just pee and it's just like an emission from the bladder, if you have a bladder, you can squirt. So just try harder. You know, get your squirt up.
Yeah, go for
Practicing. Yeah, just go for it.
Get at it.
I now have a
Good
new
luck.
life goal. Try harder with squirting. If I can do that, then I can really die happy. Visiting Mississippi and Alabama be damned.
So yeah, an age-old question finally put to bed. You know, we always kind of expected this was the case, though. I mean, come on. I mean, I think it was just people like, you know. I mean,
come on.
I think it was the odds-on favorite in the clubhouse.
Yeah. All right. Well, but before we wrap up today, Tom, I want to thank you for joining us. But before we wrap up today, I would be remiss in doing this because, like, look, you know, we're all part of the brethren of podcast money getters out there. So, like, I don't, obviously, like, people who listen to our show are probably familiar with you through our show, and then our sort of our sister program, Come Town, now the Adam Friedland Show. And I understand. So I'm just going to put it out there. What can we do to squash the beef between you and Come Town / the Adam Friedland Show? Is that possible? Is there a way that you would appear on the Adam Friedland Show as a guest?
Honestly, I'm so focused on my own podcast at this point and just working on that I've kind of gotten rid of any beef on my end years ago. Just because, I mean, you know how difficult it is to, like, all the work that goes into just to prepare something, prepare topics. That's pretty much what I do. And then I usually take breaks around the Christmas and the summer holidays. And even then I find that incredibly taxing just because I write, produce, and edit the whole podcast myself. I bring guests on and assemble my panel together. So, I mean, honestly, I'm happy just doing what I'm doing right now.
But just like not from like, I mean, that's good to hear, but like not, let's say like not from an entertainment perspective, because like you knew these guys for a while, like before we did. We've known them for like, you know, I've known them, some of them like 10 years almost at this point. But like, yeah, you guys were doing comedy back in Maryland. Just for that, would you at least like be on neutral terms with them? Would you at least like be civil with them?
I mean, just given the fact that they've completely misrepresented some stuff I've said, completely lied about stuff I've said that made me sound bad, and gone after and just completely disparaged friends of mine, I mean, the answer is no. I mean, I've known Nick Mullen since he started like some 15 years ago. I was already a touring comic when he started. And whenever I would see him perform, I would always just get the impression that before each set, he would just drink an entire gallon of paint. And that was, I've always just tried to stay away from him even then. So it predated any, the wide world of podcasts.
Well, there's a reason I never became a diplomat.
Yeah, well, so I mean, because you know, I know they really want you on the Adam Friedland Show. It doesn't sound like that's probably going to happen, you know. But I had to do my best to extend the olive branch. Maybe they should do that themselves personally. But if I could be a go between here, but you know, I respect your position, and you know, certainly there's no beef between Tom Myers and you know Tom Myers versus the rest of the world and Chapo, just because we happen to be good friends with Come Town, you know. But like I said, I had to do it. I had to extend the olive branch. But you know, you mentioned you're spending a lot of time, you know, preparing, scheduling, writing for Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. New season coming up. You know, for the listeners, what can people expect from Tom Myers versus the rest of the world? What you got brewing? What do you got cooking up?
Oh, we have a new season. We have the return of some of our regular panelists: Jeff Heisen, Abby Mello, Davine Kurd, Gina Brown, Michelle Wojciechowski. I'm looking to get some new guests in. We discuss The various topics are current events, politics, various social issues. It's a fun discussion. Like it's some comedy, some part cable news, panel discussion show, and then we go over video segments, clips from the news, and analyze the hell out of them and just skewer some of them to death. And it's a fun show. We're available all over on your podcast platforms, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, all those good sites. And the podcast itself will air Thursdays starting September 29th on ipmnation.com /live. And then Monday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern on a Harford County-based website called Odyssey Radio. Give a listen to both. Help show some love for those various podcast networks.
And do you have any dates coming up?
I do. I am going to be in Philadelphia Saturday, December 3rd at the Black Cat Tavern. December 3rd, I just wanted to clarify. Friday, December 16th, Front Street Station in Northumberland, Pennsylvania. And the following night, I'll be in Hanover, Pennsylvania at the Church of Satire. You can find all dates, as the schedule is updated quite frequently, at Tom Myers, spelled MYERS, .us. My socials are all on there as well, so you can follow me, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. Yep.
Tom Myers, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and please give your cat Buddy a little, just one of the little scratch on the head.
Slain. Shut down.